Hello, toy nerds. Oh, sorry, I held my hiss too long. Coming in at number 5, this guy's loaded with more snakes than the Temple of Doom. Snakeface.
Well, Snakeface was one of them unique and cool toys that it had that button on the back that you hit it and he would have like the snakes pop out where his eyes are and from his mouth. If he saw you and he popped out them snakes, he would turn you to stone. When I look at the figure, it reminds me of the classic movie Clash of the Titans. That Medusa figure.
Yeah, real original.
Real original, yeah. Come up with a new storyline. Yeah, same old Kraken, Medusa, Perseus. Good one, Masters.
Turn the stone. Yep.
Turn the stone.
You can tell it was late in the line if they're borrowing ideas like that.
What an unoriginal name, by the way. Snakeface. I'd like to join the member, the Snake Men. What's your name? Snakeface, you're in.
Coming in at number 4, this guy's able to grab a beer and change the TV channel without a remote. His name is Squeeze.
Number 4, Squeeze, another figure that I personally don't own, but it's a cool figure. It literally looks like it's ready to squeeze you at any moment. It's got these crazy ass arms. Brian, tell me about Squeeze.
Just like you said, you didn't own it, and this was one figure that escaped my grasp.
Oh,
but
you didn't.
Yeah. But in overseas comic books, he was also known as Tangler, which I don't understand that name. But the figure in itself basically looks like a Master Universe body, torso, and all that. But he has these huge hawking arms, and that's what he did. It's like in the comic books.
Wait, Brian, are you saying he's got 24-inch pythons?
Oh, there you go.
See, I can do it too.
And
Go ahead, my friend.
But his arms would stretch out, reach, grab you, and just like an anaconda, which he was modeled after, he would just squeeze you to the point like if you pass out when unconscious.
Dwork, do you have any comments on Squeeze?
Ain't no snake.
Ain't no snake?
Nope.
What is it then?
That's an alligator.
That's an alligator.
Yep. I know an alligator when I see one.
Interesting. So maybe he just snuck into the snake group. Do you think King Hiss didn't know the difference between alligators and snakes?
King Hiss, no idea.
Not a clue. You heard it here first. They're letting alligators in, everybody. Once you let
don't let anybody in.
Once you let an alligator in, you let anybody in. What's next? A crocodile? Well, Squeeze. See you later, alligator. See you in a while.
Crocodile.
All right, King Hiss. What's your number 3? Holy shit! What the hell happened to you? Wait, you look ridiculous, but Dwork, do you see what this guy did?
What the hell is this?
That's King Hiss. He shed his human skin. This is what he looks like.
Oh, God.
Oh, don't be such a little weenie toy man. I look fabulous. Okay, just for you, I'll put my face on. But I'm gonna let my little arms out to breathe for a little while, if you don't mind. Coming in at number 3, move over, Gene Simmons. There's a new tongue in town. It's Tung Lashor.
So number 3, Tung Lashor. Now this figure I own, and this figure I think is great. Look at him. Look at his tongue. What do you think of it? Look at Dwork's eyes trying to keep up with his stuff. You look like my cat trying to follow a light in the wall. Look at you. Can't do it.
He uses his tongue as a weapon. His tongue is covered in like a venom. And if it hits you, it paralyzes you. His tongue would go out long distances and all that and always get cut off.
I'm so mature and I keep looking at Dwork. I'm waiting for Dwork to say
and then it would regrow back.
Then it would grow back.
Yeah. If you can see the
different colors.
The tip of his tongue is a different color. In the mini comics and all that, the tongue had venom on it, and that's why it was a different color.
So just the tip? Is that what you're saying?
We're giving Dwork convulsions.
Dwork, do you have anything to say about Tung Lashor?
You better not go near Tila.
Teal is yours.
If he goes near her, I'll never see her again.
No, no. Once you go Tung Lashor, you never go Dwork.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
true.
knows that.
Coming at number 2, King Hiss 316 says, "This rattlesnake will kick your ass for using his name, Steve Austin. His name's Rattler."
Each one of the snake men is modeled after another snake. And Rattler, of course, says it in his name. He's
The old
modeled
rattlesnake.
after a rattlesnake. And his figure was cool because it had like the tail like whiplash, and it had a little rattle to it. But his figure also had that extended neck, like mecha neck, like a snake moving. Like
Right,
a snake
that's
neck
right.
extended. But he made one appearance in the Filmation cartoon, in the She-Ra cartoon, and guess what group he was affiliated with?
The damn horde again.
Yep.
Backstreet Boys.
But in the mini comics,
That was
and
later.
I mean, it seems like these snake men keep switching. They keep switching the sides more times than they shed their own skin.
You did it again, you son of a bitch.
It showed Rattler as the general. It showed him as the force. It showed him being the aggressor, the fighter, just like what a rattlesnake would be.
And he's King Hiss's right-hand man. There's no-
Yeah, it pretty much showed that he was his right-hand man.
And coming in at number 1, only stupid idiots fill him with perfume and then spray it in their mouths to drink. It's Cobra Khan.
Number 1 is Cobra Khan. There could be no other number 1 snake man in my eyes. This guy was one of my favorites. And we know that he was originally one of the evil warriors with Skeletor, because before Snake Man existed, Brian, we owned this guy years before the Snake Man ever came out, before we ever knew about it. So this guy was an OG evil warrior. And what was awesome about him, you would push his little head in and he would spray a mist. And you could fill his body with liquid and spray the other guy. You're supposed to spray it with water. I would spray it with iced tea, right? And I would go around during the day and I would take drinks of iced tea out of this very Cobra Khan right here. But at the same time, I would use this guy to blind other guys. So I would stick my mom's perfume in it. Then a few days later, I filled it with iced tea again. I sprayed that shit in my mouth. It's perfume at this point. I'm drinking perfume at this point in my life. It explains so much later on. So Brian, did you used to squirt this guy in your mouth?
No, sir, I never did that. I just use them to spray the other figures.
You're smarter than me. Good job.
He was originally carded as an evil warrior, master of snakes. Later on, when you introduce the Snake Men, they carded him as the evil henchmen of the Snake Men. In the earlier mini comic books, when King Hiss was released from his so-called imprisonment and all, he turned tail on Skeletor and went right to King Hiss. There is tension between Rattler and Cobra Khan because Rattler, Tung Lashor, Squeeze, they all think they're the original Snake Men, and Cobra Khan is just a lonely descendant.
Little known fact. Married to Shaka Khan.
I don't think that's true.
Yep.
Is that true? Where did you hear that from?
Mini comics. What else?
The mini comic. So there was a mini comic. Brian, do you remember seeing a mini comic where Cobra Khan married Chuck?
I'm gonna have to go back in my vault and research that.
We'll go research it, but my initial instinct is Dwork's a boggling full of shit as usual.
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
Chaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
People at home, thank you for coming. Thank you for voting. And please, Dwork, what should they do?
Fisto the button.
Fisto the buttons. What he means is subscribe, like, and comment. Is that what you meant, Dwork?
Yep, that's what I meant.